that make you think. Things that make you go. Things that make you go. The chills that you spill up my back keep me filled with.
Okay, I'm going to steal a phrase from Hannah Arendt, and also in doing so, give a shout out to our guest from episode 14, Tara Brabazon. And the phrase I'm going to steal and quote is the banality of evil. That's provocative, isn't it? And it bears repeating. The banality of evil. And that begs the question, can we do evil even if we aren't ourselves evil? And a follow-up, can we do evil by doing nothing? To answer those questions, let's get banal. Let's consider our day-to-day lives. And as we go throughout our lives, hour to hour, day by day, do we ever wonder a light bulb is about to go out? Even if it starts to flicker, I know I don't go rushing out to get a replacement. Maybe in the back of my head I'm thinking, oh, I've got some candles somewhere in my flat. And even that's a lying rationalization because I know I don't have any candles. So who am I? Who am I to complain about my fellow citizens who are sitting by idly, doing nothing, in the banality of evil, doing nothing as our empire wanes, as it declines into irrelevance, relevant only to future archaeologists who will look back and wonder what we did wrong. Why did these people ignore all the warning signals? Archaeologists, that's my segue, because I want to talk about way back in 373 BC, when the Greek historian Thucydides, he recorded that rats, dogs, snakes, and even weasels fled from the Greek city of Hellas in droves just before an earthquake devastated the entire city. They got out of Dodge. And there's hundreds of stories like that throughout history. More recently, for example, in 2004, just before a massive tsunami slammed into the coastline of India, the wild and domesticated animals of that area, they seemed to know what was coming. They sensed it, and they fled. According to eyewitness accounts, all the elephants screamed and ran for higher ground. According to eyewitness accounts, the dogs refused to go outdoors. Flamingos abandoned their low-lying breeding areas, while zoo animals, they rushed into their shelters and refused to come out even for food. Now, there's all kinds of theories about where these animals get their Spider-Man senses and how they know to get out of Dodge just before the shit hits the fan. Maybe they sense some change in the electricity in the atmosphere, or they feel the rumbling of the ground before an earthquake, before humans perceive it. There's all kinds of anecdotal theories, but I'm sure not a single one of them would pass the muster of scientific inquiry. I want to make that important, distinct note. They would not pass the muster of scientific inquiry. But it's still, doesn't it make you a bit jealous? Doesn't it make you wish that everyone in our society, everyone in our civilization had that Spider-Man sense that, oh, something's tingling, something's going wrong, our civilization is collapsing, and we should maybe not get out of Dodge, maybe not get out of town, but maybe do something about it. Now, if you've been following this series, you know my opinion. And my opinion is that even if a warning siren was blaring in our ears, we wouldn't do anything. We wouldn't lift a finger. Speaking of fingers, even if an apocalyptic God put writing on the wall, it's time to change the light bulb, we wouldn't do anything. And you know me, I blame consciousness. Consciousness. Yeah, I sound like a broken record, but consciousness makes us self-referential. And all self-referential systems fail, thus making us self-destructive. I know that's very fatalistic, and thankfully, many people, many smart people disagree with me. One such person is Professor Patrick Schmotmer from the University of Seattle. And he's dedicated an entire course to how and why civilizations fail. And we're going to interview him, and he's going to tell us how to change a light bulb.
Things that make you go.